Welcome to my Game of the Year 2014. This is my personal opinion and only is going to cover games that I actually played this year. Stick around at the end because I'm going to have honorable mentions and also some dishonorable mentions. Enjoy. Number 20, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This is a platformer with great level design, rewarding but challenging bosses. It does have weighty movement which may turn some off, and also it can be frustratingly hard at times. Number 19, Forza Horizon 2. This game has a large open world to explore. There's tons of vehicles to buy, and a robust amount of events, both online and offline. There could be more to do off the beaten path though. Number 18, Watch Dogs. This game has some great shooting mechanics, fun and creative side missions, but it does have a pretty lame story, and some story missions can be quite frustrating. Number 17, Mario Golf World Tour. There are some very creative courses in this golf game. There's just enough variety to the way you can hit the ball, which makes going through the 100+ challenges rewarding. But the story mode is quite short and lacking. Number 16, Halo, the Master Chief Collection. This is 4 of the best shooter campaigns all bundled into one, all running at a smooth 60 frames per second. The older games have even received a new coat of paint. This game could have been much higher on the list if it wasn't for the rocky launch. Number 15, South Park, The Stick of Truth. This game looks just like the show and is just as funny, if not more. The story missions have just enough variety to keep you coming back for more, but you do spend a lot of time in the town of South Park and don't leave very often. Number 14, Titanfall. This game has great player mobility with the wall running and boosting, and of course being in a Titan rocks. But there are a lack of weapons and customization, and sometimes fighting the AI opponents along with real players gets bothersome. Number 13, Bayonetta 2. This is one of the most over-the-top action games you'll ever play, with great animation. But the story is somewhat nonsense and quite silly. And at times, with a lot going on, it's hard to see incoming attacks. Number 12, Far Cry 4. This game has a huge, beautiful environment with tons to do, but it does feel like it could have been a large Far Cry 3 expansion, and the villain is not used nearly enough, just like Far Cry 3. Number 11, Little Big Planet 3. The new team behind this game really injected some fresh new ideas, and there are an endless amount of online levels, and overall the game feels less floaty than before. But not all levels work well with a partner, and there are various bugs. Number 10, Shovel Knight. They really captured the perfect retro feel and look with this game, and has just the right amount of challenge to it. One of the best soundtracks of the year. But there are some areas that provide some cheap deaths. Number 9, Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. This expansion really fixes Diablo 3 and provides a great, fun endgame. And you won't find a better co-op experience this year. But even playing on the hardest settings at all times, it could have been more challenging. Number 8, Mario Kart 8. This game has some absolutely mind-bending tracks, and has the best online play I have seen Nintendo pull off. But it is Mario Kart, and a lot of luck is required. And I feel like this game could be much more competitive if they just eliminated blue shells. Number 7, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. This game has some very fluid combat and traversal. The Nemesis system is fresh and a great addition, and finishing off the orcs is always satisfying. But some of the randomized bosses can get cheap sometimes. Number 6, Wolfenstein: The New Order. This game surprisingly had a very compelling story with a great setting and environment. And I really liked the lean mechanic. But don't let the terrible and slightly awkward first level turn you off of the rest of the great game. Number 5, Sunset Overdrive. This game has the best way to get around an environment this year, and has some really crazy fun weapons. And it's nice to see something fresh this year. But there are a decent amount of fetch quests to bog you down. Number 4, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. This game is randomized every time you play it, has tons of charm and character, and the more you play it, the game expands and gets more challenging. But I wish they included the original Binding of Isaac soundtrack. Number 3, Dragon Age Inquisition. This game has some great engaging group combat, a compelling and interesting story, a very intuitive and easy to navigate map, and some of the areas are just plain beautiful. But there are some bugs that pop up during dialogue and elsewhere. Number 2, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. This game has some amazing graphics with a charm that only Nintendo can reach, and it all runs at a smooth 60 frames per second. This is by far the largest and most varied roster we've seen to date. And I believe this is local multiplayer perfection, with tons to keep you and your friends busy for some time. But if you're playing by yourself, there is a slight lack of single player content, and I wish there was an adventure mode. And my game of the year is Dark Souls 2. This is the most varied and plain epic adventure I had this whole year. I love how the story is not shoved in your face and also is left up to your own interpretation. Every location that you visit is a character all its own. And never has a game had you care so much about which weapons you have equipped and how they feel. There's a huge amount of replay value in New Game Plus, or PvP, or helping others. And all in this year, they've had 3 amazing DLC packs. But I feel like they use too many humanoid bosses and would like to see more creatures like Dark Souls 1. And I feel like backstabs and PvP just need to go. So overall, Dark Souls 2, my favorite game I played this year. It's the first game I felt like I wanted to get the Platinum Trophy on it, and within 24 hours of that, I bought it on PC and played it for 100 plus hours more. So let me know what you guys think, what I may have missed, and stick around for some honorable mentions and some dishonorable mentions. Thanks for watching, guys.